In this presentation, we're going to show you how to create Amazon-ready product photos. You know, when you look at websites, Amazon in particular, you notice that most of their product shots have that nice, clean, crisp background. Amazon really prefers that. If you don't start off with doing your photos like that from now, my suggestion is you get doing it fast, because eventually Amazon will catch up with you, and sometimes they'll suppress your listings without you knowing, and you don't get shown in the feed when people search for your product. So you want to start off with the right image and background, and that's why we took the time to prepare this video for you so that you can use just free software online to get the products done right and get customers falling in love with your items as soon as they see it. Suggestion of mine is to use the photo lightbox setup. They're pretty reasonable. You can find them online. Several websites carry them. What's cute about these two is a lot of them come packaged that you can fold up in a travel bag and take with you to different places. Let's say you're going to a show and you want to take some shots there. You can do that, get some samples, get your product shots, get your listings done, because sometimes you don't get the listings in-house. They may ship it directly to FBA for you, or they may just have a sample that you may want to clear a picture of to get feedback of to do a sample listing. So this is a great tool to use for your smaller items. Obviously, you can't put something like a bicycle in there, but smaller items, those little lights you see, they go on the outside, and they go through that white fabric, and you get a really, really nice clear white light all the way around. You see sometimes they'll come with a cloth, depending. Some people like jewelry on red. It depends on the product. Of course, Amazon wants you to use white. So here we go. This is a sample of a product just taken on a regular white background. Even if you don't use the white light box, I mean, I've done things in the past like just use a white sheet, a white piece of fabric. You want to start making your life easy to begin with, and so just get a white background. I like to use daylight or a lot of light if I can have it, and just snap a photo. Sometimes I even use my iPhone to snap photos on and then edit. You can do it as simple as that. You do not need to go out and buy a huge expensive camera. Your iPhone takes really good quality pictures.
Okay, so what we're going to do is talk about how to take the original photo out of your camera and crop out the background and put it on a white background like you see here. So we are using a software called GIMP, which is free online. You can download it, and what you want to do is locate your product photo and just drag that into the GIMP software. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crop the image close in on the product so that it fills about 85% of the image. So you can come up to...
And that's according to Amazon's guidelines. Also, we don't suggest that the picture touches the outer rims of the image. Amazon does like to see a little bit of white space around the entire image. So they say 85% at least, but also they don't want it like 99% or 100% touching those edges.
Okay, so to crop the image, we're going to use the rectangle select tool from the toolbar. And we're going to start in the top left corner and drag the marquee around the image. Once you have your selection made, right click, which will bring up this menu, go down to Image, Crop to Selection. You'll now notice that our image size is now cropped in closer to the photo. The next thing we're going to do is adjust the levels in the photo to brighten the white background a little bit and bring out the colors in the photo. To do that, right click, go down to Image, Color, Levels, which brings up this dialog menu. You can then drag these arrows on the color selection, and you'll see how that adjusts the levels in the image. You can play with these a little bit. What you want to do is keep the colors in the product photo nice and vibrant while bringing out the background and getting that nice and light. Once you have the adjustments the way you like, click OK, and that is now applied to the image. You'll notice here that even though we took this on a white background, it's not 100% white. So we're going to use the magic wand tool, again from the toolbar, to click in this area, and it's automatically going to select that range of color for us. Now you'll notice in the top right corner it didn't quite pick up all the colors. So if you hold the shift key and click in that area, it'll then pick up that range. And you'll see it's automatically cropping around the image, so the area that's selected here is going to become white. You'll also notice here this part of the image was light enough that our selection went into the product image, which we don't want. So we're going to use the lasso tool from the toolbar to select this so that it's not cropped. You can just click and drag to select that area. And if you hold the shift key, what it's going to do is remove that from the selection. Sorry, it's the control key. Hold the control key. Okay, so now that's not part of our selection. Now we can hit delete, and that part of the image is now white. To remove the marquee so you can see a little bit better, you can do right click, select none. And you can now see that the top of our photo is now cropped with a nice white background. The bottom part, we're going to stay with this lasso tool, and we're just going to click and drag around the perimeter of the product to select the white background, as so. And once that's selected, we can hit delete, and now that part of the image is white as well. Again, we can select none, and we're left with our final image. The last step is to size the image, and what we're going to want to do is make the minimum size at least 1,000 pixels. So go under Image in the top tool in the menu bar, select Scale Image, and it'll give you a width and a height. Take the lower of the two dimensions and make that 1,000, and you'll notice that the other dimension adjusts to be slightly larger. You want both of those to be over 1,000. Click Scale, and our image is now sized properly. Now we want to save it as a JPEG. We can go to File, Export, in the bottom of the Save dialog, open the Select File Type by extension, scroll down to JPEG, JPEG, select that. You'll notice your image name now has a JPEG extension. You can name it. And click Export. And your product is now ready to load to Amazon.